Hey guys, and welcome to another late night thoughts section. So this one has been playing on my mind for a while, and the topic, as you can see in the title, is the box office flops of 2023. Now, why specifically to 2023? Well, the reason I want to talk about it specifically is that there have been a significant amount of massive flops this year. And I'm not talking about like the amount of flops necessarily, but specifically the amount that have occurred within just the top 20 films, which are usually, if you're falling within the top 10, top 20 films in terms of overall takings, you're usually thinking that you're making money. But in 2023, that has completely flipped. And I'm going to dig into that today. And so I'm going to share some things on my screen after I edit this, but I'm going to just start from 2023 when I break down the worldwide box office takings. So if you look at the top 20, as it should be appearing on the screen now, you got obviously the top is Barbie, right? And then it goes all the way down to number 20, which is Insidious, The Red Door. From that 1 to 20, there are 10 films in there that have lost either some money or a lot of money, right? So let's start from the top where it all starts with. So you start with Fast X in 5th place. Massive flop, absolutely massive. Despite making $700 million, that film has maybe lost $150 to $200 million. Then it goes Little Mermaid. So that's second. Then you got Mission Impossible. You have Elemental. You have Ant-Man, Quantumania. You got Transformers. You got Meg 2. You got Indiana Jones, Dial of Destiny, The Flash, and then Dungeons and Dragons. So all within that top 20, you have 10 films that have lost significant amounts of money. And this is insane because, as I said, that this used to be the barometer for how much money for how successful your film was. If you were falling in that top 20, you were doing great, but this is just not the case anymore. And to back up my case even further, if I rewind just to last year, 2022, I'm going to paint the picture now to show you just how few flops there were in 2022. So you've got there, obviously the top is Avatar: Way of Water, but let's see what's the first one, and I'm just going to count them all. So as I go down this list, let's see which ones have flopped. Starting with Fantastic Beasts: Secrets of Dumbledore. So that one definitely flopped. I don't know how much, but it definitely flopped when I had a budget of around 200 million and only making 400. No way it made money. Black Adam was a flop, that's for certain. I believe Bullet Train did lose money. Maybe it wouldn't big enough to call it a flop, but it did lose money. And then Lightyear, which was a massive flop for Pixar and Disney and all that. But that's it. You got, out of the top 20, only 4 films flopped hard. And, if you go back to further years, if I just go back to 2019, which was the latest normal year, obviously not including the COVID years of 2020 and 21. In 2019, you had like 9 movies that made $1 billion. So that year was gravy. Like that was booming. But seems like cinemas haven't quite recovered since COVID, or maybe it speaks a little bit to something else, which is what I'm going to talk about now. And the biggest issue here is budgets. So these movies, it's not about how much they're making that's causing them to lose money. It's how much they are costing to make that is making them bombs. So, you look at, I go back to 2023, starting from the top, Fast X. The budget came in over $300 million, and that doesn't even include marketing. If you add the average, which is roughly $100 million for a blockbuster of marketing, that's $400 million straight away outlaid, which means your film needs to make minimum $800 million to even think about breaking even, and it only made $700. So it's easily falling $100 million short. You look at Little Mermaid. Little Mermaid cost somewhere around $250 to make as well, not including the marketing. Mission Impossible was a big one. People were expecting that one to make a lot of money, maybe knocking on that $1 billion door, and it needed to. In this movie, I'm not gonna lie, I was hoping it would do really well. It needed to make 850 to 900 million to turn a profit, and it's only made 560. So there's a massive bomb. Elemental, yeah, another one, cost way too much to make. A budget of 200 odd million. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, 250. Transformers: Rise of the Beast, I think it was almost 200 or 180 or something like that. Meg 2, same, about 180. The Flash is crazy because that only made 270, and it's arguable that that movie cost more to make than what it made back. So it's not even close to breaking even. It's lost hundreds of millions of dollars. And rounding out, obviously, Dungeons and Dragons too. So the consistent thing here that's the issue is not necessarily how much they're making, but how much they are costing to make, to be produced. And this needs to change. This cannot go on. I think this is evidence that kind of the bubble has burst of Hollywood, that they pump too much money into this stuff now. They got maybe too cocky after the year that they had leading up to 2019, particularly when you look at Marvel and Disney. Like, they were just riding this gravy train of just constant cash flow through the MCU. And as interest in that has dwindled, obviously the box office takings too. So there's a lot of cause for concern here. And I think the recent strikes that are going on, I think, are going to really rewrite a lot of these rules. They're going to kind of, if they've got any common sense, they're going to see that they can't pump the same amount of money into these films. They're going to have to scale things back, not go for as big or grander films as they used to, pull back on these CGI budgets, because that's really where a lot of the money is going. It's these constant CGI creations and revision after revision after revision. Not having a plan makes the money go up. So yeah, look, that's my late night thoughts, if you will, on this whole thing. It's really evident that they are spending way too much money, and it's finally caught up to them here and now in 2023, where half of the top 20 films have lost money. It's that simple. So yeah, that's my overall thoughts, guys. I just wanted to kind of break that down for you today and just show you exactly the issue that's going on here, that even though a lot of movies have made a lot of money this year, it's not actually enough to cover what they cost to be made. So yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and got something out of it and found it of interest. And yeah, we'll talk to you next time. Bye.